chapter number 1, Computer and its parts. Let's start. Computer. A computer is an electronic machine that can do a variety of jobs. Computer word has been taken from the Greek word compute, which means to calculate. So computer means a machine which perform calculation. कंप्यूटर वर्ड एग्जैक्ट में जो बना हुआ है, जो लिया गया था, वो लिया है कंप्यूट वर्ड से। इसका मतलब जो कि ग्रीक लैंग्वेज से लिया गया है, जिसका मतलब है कैलकुलेशन करना। तो जो अपने आप में कंप्यूटर मशीन होती है जो किसी भी कैलकुलेशन को परफॉर्म कर सकती है। अब पॉइंट है डेटा। डेटा इज ए कलेक्शन ऑफ नंबर, अल्फाबेट और सम फैक्ट एंड नंबर्स. Some typical example of data are Syam scored his marks out of 100. Dinesh was born on 15 Feb 1990. Shatabdi Express leaves Delhi at 7 am. Data on its own is not that useful unless it is arranged or combined the some more data. Information. When data has been worked upon to give something more useful to user, it is called information. Information on its own is useful, but data may not be useful. Normally, information is obtained from data. एग्जैक्ट में इंफॉर्मेशन जो होती है वो विद द हेल्प ऑफ डेटा ही जनरेट होती है। अगर डेटा नहीं तो इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं। सम एग्जांपल्स आर फ्लाइट इज डिले बाय 1 hour. Deepa is 15 years old now. These are examples. Next point, processing. The work that is done on data is a process. This process could be anything like addition, subtraction, or a comparison. The computer is a machine that processes data to give information. This is steps: data, processing, and information. Computer system divided into two parts: hardware and software. First one, hardware. All the physical part of a computer which can be seen or touched are called hardware. A computer has many parts. Some parts of hardware are inside the CPU. You can see these parts only when you open the CPU. Some parts of hardware are attached with CPU by different wires or cables. अगर हम लोग CPU कैबिनेट को ओपन करेंगे तो क्या होगा, कुछ नंबर ऑफ कंपोनेंट्स आपको दिखाई देंगे। ये कंपोनेंट्स होते हैं, ये सारे सारे हार्डवेयर होते हैं। तो सिंपली यू कैन से कंप्यूटर के जितने फिजिकल कंपोनेंट्स होते हैं उन सबको ही हम लोग हार्डवेयर के नाम से जानते हैं, जिसमें कीबोर्ड, माउस, मॉनिटर, प्रिंटर, स्पीकर, दीज आर एग्जांपल ऑफ हार्डवेयर. सम हार्डवेयर कंपोनेंट्स आर एज फॉलो. इनपुट डिवाइसेस. फर्स्ट वन, विद द हेल्प ऑफ आप डेटा इनपुट कर सकते हैं. The word input means something that the user of the computer will put in. In other words, in this part, user data and command to the computer. Keyboard and mouse are the input devices. Now, output devices. The word output means something that the computer will put out after doing some work or processing on the data. Printer and monitor are the output devices. The results are displayed on a TV like screen called the monitor. Processing devices. The arithmetic logic device and control device together form the processing device CPU of the computer. The memory device and the CPU are fixed together inside one single cable or box. CPU is the brain of the computer. Next, CPU. CPU further classified into three parts: CU, ALU, and MU. First one, CU, means control unit. The unit which control the flow of information between CPU and other part of the computer. Arithmetic logic unit, the unit which perform all types of arithmetic and logic operations inside the computer. Memory units, the unit which store all types of data and process information inside the computer. Storage devices, the devices which are storing the information permanently inside the computer for future use. For example, DVD, CD, hard disk, floppy disk, it is softwares. Software is the key of productivity use of computer. With the correct software, a computer can become a valuable tools. In other words, a set of programs is called softwares. Next one, software also divided into two parts, system software and application software. First one, system one. System software is a set of programs that control the operation of a computer. System software consists of the programs that control the computation operations and the devices connected to the computer functions that system software perform include starting up the computer. The system software are two types: operating system, utility programs. First one, operating system. The operating system contains instruction that coordinates all of the activities of hardware devices. The operating system also contains instructions that allow you to run application software. When you start a computer, the operating system is loaded or copied into memory from the computer's hard disk. Computer system, because it set the standard for the application program, the run in it. Example, Windows, DOS, Unix, Linux. These are examples of OS. Next one, utility program. A utility program is a type of system software that performs a specific task, usually related to managing a computer, its devices, or its program. Utility program perform these functions: viewing files, compressing files, scanning disks, diagnosing problems, uninstalling softwares, backing up files and disk, checking for viruses, etc. Application softwares. Application software consists of a program designed to perform a specific task for users. Application software, also called a software application. An application can be used for following purpose among other. First one, as a productivity business tools. Number two, to assist with graphics and multimedia projects, to support household activities, for personal business or for education, to facilitate communications. These four categories are not mutually exclusive. Example, an email can support productivity. A software suite can include web page authorizing tools, and legal softwares can be used by business. Tally in accounting software, MS Word used for documentation. Lineware. Lineware refer to human being, that is computer uses operation administrator programs. First one, primary memory. Primary memory is the main area in the computer in which data is stored are quickly accessed by the computer processor. In other words, primary is directly accessible to the CPU and it is electronic in nature. Secondary memory. Secondary memory is the slowest and cheapest form of memory. It can be processed directly by the CPU. In other words, secondary memory is used to store the information permanently for later use. But CPU does not interact directly with this memory. Difference between RAM and ROM. RAM. RAM is the piece of memory where the programs and files you are using one stored. And ROM is the place where data that you cannot after is stored. Number two, it is form of memory that can be read without having to be at the first address, then the second address, then the third, and so on. It exactly the name implies it can only be read, not written to. It is temporary memory means RAM, or it is permanent memory means RAM means ROM. ये वीडियो कैसा लगा इसके बारे में आप कमेंट बॉक्स में देंगे। इसके लिए मैं आपसे लास्ट में 4 क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा हूं जिसके आपको आंसर इस वीडियो के लास्ट में आपको देने हैं। फर्स्ट वन, कंप्यूटर इज एन डैश मशीन, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक और रोटेटिंग। क्या आंसर होगा ये बताएंगे आप। नंबर टू, सॉफ्टवेयर इज आल्सो कॉल्ड प्रोग्राम or language. Number 3, MS Word is example of application software or system software. And last one, इसका आंसर आपको देना है. A utility program is a type of software or system software.